Hello, this is Nathaniel, or Nate the Great 48, or Nat the Nut as per YouTube. But this is just a recording for 3D printing projects, mostly per the portfolio. And we've got this. This is my first print on the P1S behind me. It's a little coaster of sorts, just a simple sketch, SVG in SolidWorks, and a disc. But we're going to do something different. So this project is going to be for silica gel, which I've got a container right here. They're these little beads, and the whole thing is that it needs to be a container that has perforations, so the silica gel and the air in that container can kind of circulate. But this is jank. I cut it with scissors. It's not supposed to be good, so we're going to try and design a proper enclosed container. So let's take a look at that, shall we? And this is the silica gel container. There's a few main features that I want to talk about, mostly the perforations on the top, as well as some of the fillets and the attachment mechanism, as this is attached with a pair of screws, or threads rather. I've never had to dimension or do the tolerances for threads, so this was challenging, but I figured this was the best way to keep a container closed, and it was a good challenge anyways for both me and for the printer. So if we go over to the individual parts, this is the cap. This is where I extruded the threads with a metric die. Then here is where I actually combined them instead of doing another set of threads. I had to match where the start and stop was. So I decided to do a combine feature, which basically just subtracted a lid from the body. And I did a move face feature, which allowed me to add the tolerance. For this print, I decided to do 0.02. I do want a tight fit, and I believe the P1S is calibrated well enough that should be able to print with that fidelity. The fillets everywhere are just so it's more user-friendly to hold and to twist, which is about average. And I do like the kind of knurling on the top, just to give you that extra grip. It's a 6cm container. It doesn't require a lot of force, nor does it need it, but it looks nice as well. The last thing is these perforations on top. These are just 2mm across like that, and it's because the beads I have for the silica gel are 3 to 5mm, so even if it's ±1, they shouldn't fit through, and the beads kind of collect dust when they contact each other and when they bounce around, so if it's on the top and the container doesn't tip over, there won't be any dust in my photography equipment or in my filament. This should be good to print, so we're going to send it over to the P1S in a second. Alright, so these are the models sliced and in Bambulabs, and this is actually a problem. Every single one of the threads requires supports because the thread size I picked probably is just too large going over the edges. This might really result in some complicated and spaghetti-like prints, but I'm honestly down to give it a go. I think should definitely still be okay. Most of it is kind of stacked up, and the threads, I ensured there wasn't any zero geometry with the reliefs and stuff. So it's a 2-hour print, uses 50 grams of filament, so willing to give it a go. Well, that's anticlimactic. The first layers are just going through. Looks like it's sticking pretty good, and we'll come back in a bit and see how it is. So, realized too late, but those threads are really messed up. That honestly does not look too shabby. Moment of truth. That's a cool ombre effect going back to front as well, but it threads on and threads off. Look at that. This design is honestly beautiful. I've got to do some B-roll of this, but I'm very impressed this works. Definitely gonna have to fix the width of these walls. I wasn't aware that it was so close to the 0.25 I had on here, the depth of the threads that is. I would like to get rid of some of these uglier print lines, you know, just about here. And on the cap, it's kind of right down one of the accents, but all in all, a remarkable first result. Quite happy with that. Well, all in all, I'm very happy with how this project turned out. I mean, it works. The threads, once again, mangled on this guy. And this one is honestly pretty perfect. You'll see some of the B-roll in the video anyways, but let's see if it actually works, shall we? It would be pretty embarrassing if I spun this over and everything fell out. 1. Alright, we'll see what happens from here. I have a lot more projects in the pipeline just for things I want to solve and other projects like this, so stick around if you want to see those, and thanks for watching.